No matter who you are, male or female, gamer or not, there is one game almost everyone has heard of, and many have played at least once. A game that blurred the line between video games and real life. A game that allowed people to live out their dream of building a home, a family, and an entire life of their own. That game is The Sims. Today, The Sims is massively successful and globally famous. But what many people don't know is that, at the beginning, even its own creators believed this was nothing more than a toilet simulation game. It was doubted, it was mocked, and it was surrounded by harsh predictions that it would completely fail. So what made Will Wright ignore all the prejudice and prove to the world that his idea was actually a masterpiece? Today, let's take a look at the journey behind The Sims. Will Wright was born and raised in Atlanta, United States. During his school years, he dreamed of becoming an astronaut and working for NASA. But this wasn't just a childish fantasy. He genuinely wanted to help humanity one day colonize other planets, creating a second home for humans beyond Earth. Everything changed when Will got his first personal computer. He quickly became obsessed with programming and game development. The result of this passion was a flight simulator game called Raid on Bungling Bay. The game became a big hit and sold extremely well on PC at the time. It later went even further, selling nearly 1 million copies when it was released on the NES in Japan. While the aerial combat was fun, what truly fascinated Will Wright was something else. He enjoyed programming the buildings, structures that players could destroy. From that interest, an idea was born. What if players could build instead of destroy? That idea led to the creation of SimCity, a game where players could design roads, schools, houses, and entire cities. The main goal wasn't winning, it was balance. Keeping crime low, managing disasters like earthquakes and meteor strikes, and making sure people stayed happy. However, when Will finished the game and brought it to publishers, he was immediately rejected. They didn't want a game about building cities. They wanted action games. Luckily, in 1987, a fateful meeting changed everything. At a friend's party, Will met Jeff Braun, who was looking to bring his company into the video game industry. The two quickly partnered up, forming what would later become Maxis. In 1989, SimCity was officially released. At first, sales were slow, but just 1 month later, everything changed when SimCity was featured in the New York Times. Urban studies professors began using it as a teaching tool. By 1992, the game had sold over 1 million copies and became the pioneer of the simulation genre. Encouraged by this success, Will Wright worked on several follow-up projects. Unfortunately, none of them reached the same level of success as SimCity. Around this time, he began developing a new idea called Home Tactics, a game focused on building houses and filling them with residents. Then, a major life event changed his perspective completely. Will Wright lost nearly all of his possessions in a massive house fire. Instead of focusing on buildings, he started thinking about people, about relationships, about happiness, about how material possessions affect our emotional lives. He combined these thoughts with psychology research and sociology books, and that's when a new idea emerged. A game where players don't just build homes, they control life itself. In this game, characters would eat, sleep, work, socialize, and spend money just like real people. Everything they bought would directly affect their happiness. Cheap furniture meant discomfort and low energy. Better beds and chairs meant a higher quality of life. When Will presented this idea to his team, the reaction was brutal. They called it the toilet game, a game about cleaning, eating, and going to the bathroom. They believed it wouldn't appeal to male gamers and would fail instantly. But Will Wright didn't give up. He hired more engineers and continued developing the project. In 1997, everything changed. Maxis was acquired by Electronic Arts, who immediately saw the potential of the project and supported its development. The game evolved dramatically. Will added detailed needs such as hunger, cleanliness, energy, and even bathroom usage. Characters could communicate, but instead of real languages, he wanted something universal. After considering real-world languages, the team decided to create a fictional one. And that's how Simlish was born, a mix of meaningless sounds inspired by multiple languages. Ironically, this made the characters feel more real. Simlish later became so iconic that artists like the Black Eyed Peas and Katy Perry even used it in their music.
Yarby Denzel table dupes, eBay Duke Mimi shoops, hippie keeps the upper coop.
Despite all the progress, the game was constantly at risk of cancellation. Both EA and Maxis were worried that this toilet game would damage the SimCity brand. This tension was most obvious at E3 1999, where The Sims barely received any attention. Another controversial topic emerged during development: same-sex relationships. Initially, the feature was removed due to fear of backlash. But by pure accident, same-sex wedding scenes were shown during the E3 demo. This unexpected moment sparked massive discussion. And suddenly, The Sims became the center of attention. On February 4th, 2000, The Sims was officially released. The result? Over 16 million copies sold worldwide, far beyond Will Wright's original expectation of just 1 million. The Sims became the best-selling PC game for 4 consecutive years. Its simple gameplay allowed players to spend hours without realizing how much time had passed. It was a second life. A world where players could create families, design homes, build careers, and live out the life they dreamed of. Just like real life, but completely under their control. And that is the true magic of The Sims.